Please welcome Wes Hazard.
Wes!
Hello. Good morning.
All the way from New York City.
Yes, indeed. Bushwick, Brooklyn, live and broadcasting. How you guys doing today?
Oh my goodness, so good. Yeah, I got wrapped up in talking about an American pickle, and I was like, oh, we got to bring a guest on. It's the big thing that has been in my mind the last day or so.
I saw the trailer, and yeah, it does look intriguing. I might not be watching opening night, but at some point, I will probably watch that.
Yeah,
it's a lot to think about.
Yeah. When it's like $2.99 on Amazon Prime, or when it's actually on Amazon Prime or whatever, then that's when I'll probably watch it.
Yeah.
So Wes, you've been quarantining in New York City. What have you been spending the last 3 months?
Yeah, it's been real interesting. So New York City, obviously everything is completely different. Everything is shut down, starting to reopen very, very slowly. But yeah, I say this coming from fully acknowledging my privilege of not having been sick, not having had to care for someone sick, not having kids to watch out for, being responsible for no one but me, and being in a not ideal but also not panic-inducing financial situation. I can say that for me, Wes Hazard, this has been the greatest 4 months of my adult life. Obviously, tremendous amount of pandemic, national politics related anxiety and tension. I've been very attentive to that, and been very slightly involved. But in terms of just society coming to a standstill, no one expecting anything from you, not having to really meet the commitments of a 40-hour work week, and getting time to do all the projects and self-improvement and education that I've wanted to do forever. Life is good. Life is good. Yeah.
You've got a new project. I saw on Facebook you have a new like horticulture
mycology. Yeah. So I've gotten real into fungi as of late. Very interesting field. It's crazy that we weren't taught more about that. One of the five kingdoms. If you ask most people on the street, is a mushroom a plant? They will probably agree with you, and that's not the case. It's a completely different thing. They're fungi. And I remember when we were getting that whole five kingdoms thing in biology back in the day. It was like, all right, animals, plants, here's some bacteria, and then the other two were like, and we spent no time. So I'm just now coming to realize how amazing fungi and mushrooms are. And I got my own blue oyster mushroom grow kit and just harvested about a pound of mushrooms last week. So yeah, that was super cool.
That's crazy. Like, how do you that's a lot of a pound of mushrooms. Mushrooms are not heavy.
No, it's so I was very, very junior mycology here. I got a kit. You really don't do anything. They send you a box. It's about 3.5 pounds, and it's full of substrate, which is what the fungus grows on. So happened to be oak sawdust and soybean hulls, and then they put a bunch of mushroom spawn on top of that. All you do is open it up, cut the bag open, little X, water it twice a day, and then for me it was 11 days later you have a pound and a half of mushrooms. So it was wild. Yeah,
that
crazy.
Sounds so easy.
Very easy. I would recommend it if you want to see weird stuff grow, and then also if you happen to be a fan of eating mushrooms, then go for it. Yeah.
I mean, I love mushrooms.
So what's your favorite thing that you've learned about mushrooms and fungi?
They are everywhere. So they're responsible for all of plant life. So basically, mushrooms, or fungi, I should say, because mushrooms are like what an apple is to a tree. It's the small fruiting part. The main thing is the mycelium, like this distributed network. I won't get into the topics, but basically they eat death. They turn rocks and wood into soil, and they were the first life in all of this planet to come out of the ocean. So plants could not have established themselves on Earth until mushrooms had done so and made some soil for them. And about 90% of every single plant has fungi growing on its root system, like a mycorrhizal network. So basically, fungi are everywhere. Plants could not exist without them, and they can talk to each other through plant roots, and it's wild.
Wow. Yeah. We just like
learned more about that in school.
You should have. When you realize how crazy and how deep it goes, you will feel robbed. It's insane that we're not talking about this all the time. But yeah, it's what started my interest is there's this new book, sort of the guy who wrote it is very technical, but he's an amazing writer for a popular audience, called Entangled Life by his name is Merlin Sheldrake. So he owns a dragon, right? It's crazy. And like I read a New Yorker review of this book, and that's what sparked everything. So now I'm reading the book and all this other stuff. And yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And yeah, just the mushroom guy. We're gonna know he's gonna be a famous mushroom.
If lockdown persists, I've got nothing else going on. So yeah, I'm already planning on different ways I can do different types of breeds and all this. Yeah, every day is interesting and fun.
I mean, once the apocalypse sets up, once the apocalypse happens, you'll be able to set up like a little mushroom stand. And
exactly.
Like you'll have something that you can trade for other things.
I think, because you've seen that, the rise of homesteading and, plant daddies and whatnot and all this. And like, I think that mycology and fungi is the stand up to people like plant daddies improv. Like basically it's like, it's in the shadows, it's cynical, it's dark, you can do it alone. Like it doesn't need sunlight. It's not very cheerful most of the time, but like you still get stuff that, however you want to get your laughs or food, you can do it. So
you did use the term plant daddies twice. And
I'm
I've
on
never
Instagram
heard that
way too much.
I've never heard that phrase until
it's a thing. It's a online dating / Instagram sort of thing. There's guys who have no identity other than like, I take care of a lot of plants. It's like that guy who's like, my main thing is I love bacon or sriracha. It's like plant daddy. So yeah, I'm doing that.
I guess. Well, and so I haven't been on the apps recently because I'm not excited about meeting a new human that I like don't know what their hygiene habits are.
Right.
But I feel like, I don't know, as much as I'm disturbed by the phrase plant daddy, I feel like it's still a step up from people who are like, I like pizza and beer. It's like, sir, everyone likes those things.
Yeah, it's like, it's like cat mom, plant mom, and plant daddy. Plant daddy does have overtones, but yeah, no, it's I also have not been on the apps, not really interested in but residually, I remember that being a thing last I was. And also, IG, it's a pretty popular hashtag, so you'll find a lot of guys that probably have a beard. They probably have stick and coke tattoo, throwing that in there, really into cycling, fixing up their bike. It's a very common Bushwick, New York kind of way to be. So.
Oh my.
Wow. Oh man, as much as I would love to talk about plant daddies for really the rest of the hour, I wanted to also say to people that don't know Wes is not only a plant daddy or a mushroom daddy, I guess a shroom daddy,
a shroom hermit.
Maybe, I don't know.
that has other connotations.
We're gonna workshop this. We're gonna think of a better name.
Yeah, we'll have something by next week. But he's also a 3-time Jeopardy champion. So you've won Jeopardy not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Yes, I did. And lost
what was
once,
what was that experience like?
Ooh, wild. It was like honestly life-changing. So basically, I've been a fan of Jeopardy for over 20 years. Been watching it since I was in middle school. Have loved the show. Had always wanted to be on it. Did Quiz Bowl in high school and in college, and was watching it whenever I could. And then I just ended up 2017, October 2017. I took the test. I got an audition I took the test in March of 2017. I got an audition in October 2017. I found out that I was booked January of 2018. I filmed episodes in March of 2018 and was then episodes aired in July. So July 9th through 12th of 2018. And yeah, it was crazy. I mean, you meet Alex Trebek, you're on TV. Yeah. I, played for, in one night of being on Jeopardy, more people saw me than in 14, 15 years of stand-up up to that point. I was able to, I'm very happy to say I won $53,000, which financed my move to New York City. So yeah, it was a wild, crazy experience, and now I have a fun party story for the rest of my life. So yeah.
So you filmed it in March, but it didn't air till July.
Yeah.
So you had to sit. You had to sit on the fact that you had won.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. So you have to, you sign obviously, and it's like Scout's honor. Like basically, I told my mom and I told the person that I'd been dating when I was first applying to be on it, and my best friend, and swore them all to secrecy. The main thing is that Jeopardy is just concerned that no one in the world online is aware of the outcome of a given show. So it was crazy. It was it was a very fun secret to keep. It was not difficult for me, but and you can tell them that you're going to be on. So I was doing stand up and saying, hey, I'm going to be on Jeopardy, and this was the experience of the audition and everything like that, but was not able to talk about the outcome.
All the while you knew that you'd been like, oh man, they're going to freak out when they see this. This is going to be awesome.
It was definitely modulated by knowing that I had won. If I had gone on and had a disastrous performance, I would have assuredly told no one at all. So yeah, it worked out.
Yes, we will take Plant Daddies for 200, please. Thank you, Brent.
Exactly.
I love that. Well, Wes, if people want to, are you doing shows online? Are you doing? Do you have any place where people can go and see your stuff?
The big thing that I've been into now is I have a weekly newsletter called Wes Rex, which is like I just pulled together all the cool articles, videos, random comments and stuff that I found in the week that I really enjoyed and that I wanted to share with people. And I throw them together into this newsletter and I comment upon each, and I do like feature blocks. So I'll have, an issue all about Afrofuturism or, something that has to do with mycology. The week I got into the mushrooms, it was like, all these mushroom resources. So that's called Wes Rex. It comes out every Friday. And you can find out about that and me and the shows that I'm doing at weshazard.com. So WES, hazard like danger. And yeah, that's all my stuff is right there.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Wes, for joining us today and spending your Monday morning with us. weshazard.com. Check it out. Thanks, Wes. See you later.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Oh, man.
Wow. I learned so much just now.
Right? I feel like so much information has gone into my head now. I got a little talky at the beginning, so we're going to